So this video is walking you guys through kind of the rest of the first week. You guys have done the course introduction here, and now you're here in the course content tab. And just a reminder of how you got here. When you come to course content, this will actually be color. You guys can click into it. It's live. You'll come into the first week. It gives you just a basic outline of what that week kind of consists of, from readings and assignments. The due date, so this is the week of July 6th through 10th. Everything is due on Sunday, July 12th. So you will, click in. And when you get in here, every week you'll have a to-do list at the top. And this is just a rundown. It's like a table of contents, essentially, of what's that week consists of. So you'll work top to bottom, and I'll walk through this in just a second, but you'll see that basically the actual work for the week is split into a couple different folders and a submission link, typically for whatever it is, and that's the week. So this to-do list is kind of just, it's nothing clickable, these aren't links. It just has an outline of what each folder kind of consists of. So it could be a reading, which will be highlighted in blue, a video or a lecture, and then the assignments themselves are highlighted in yellow. So that's a graded assignment. And when you go down, you'll see anything in pink has to do with a major essay. So it's just a quick rundown to give you a look at like what's in every single folder. But you should be working top to bottom, so you'll go through each of the folders every week. So the first folder this week you'll see is optional. It's just a resource folder for you. It has a document on the basics, which is kind of a 10 or 12 page document that looks at everything from how to use a semicolon, or how where a period goes in a sentence, or what a dependent clause is. And it's a useful document if you need it. There's a video explanation that goes with it. I recommend just downloading it and keeping it just as a future reference if you ever need it. MLA, this is a quick rundown of the MLA basics for you if you need it, just so you remember kind of how to use MLA and what's expected. So you can always navigate backwards here at the top, come back to week 1, come back to your to-do list, and you'll go to the next folder, which is Whitman. Every author folder will typically be similarly structured. It'll have a biography at the top, so that could be video, it could be written, and then it'll have a reading assignment, so in blue. So the reading assignment here is Song of Myself, part 1 through 5, and those are the page numbers from the 8th edition. Your page numbers may be different. If you can't find it in your text for whatever reason, most of these are Googleable as well. And then after you've done your reading assignment, you'll watch the video lecture that goes with it, and typically you'll have some kind of graded assignment. So here, this is a quiz. You'll simply click in. You have as much time as you need on quizzes. You just can't save them and return to them later, so it has to be done in a single turn. But there are no more than 10 questions. So you just click begin the quiz. When you're done, you'll come back to this week 1 folder. So as we move down, you'll see the next is Booker T. Washington, or W.E.B. Du Bois. When you click in, you'll see there's instructions. Because the course is so short, we can't actually get to everything. So you're actually going to choose one or the other. So you choose Washington, you'll choose Du Bois, you'll go in, you will do the biography, do the reading assignment, and then this lecture actually covers both Washington and Du Bois. Just kind of apply the learnings of whichever one you read. And then come back here to this folder, you'll see there is a blog required of this selection. So for whichever author you chose, Washington or Du Bois, you're going to create a short analysis around that work using these questions to kind of help answer the prompt. These are graded for thoughtful completion, so they're typically completion grades as long as it is well structured and well analyzed. So you click into the blog, you'll create your blog entry, you'll type your information, or typically just type your information, and you'll post your entry. Blogs are private, so these are not seen by anybody else in the class but me, of course. Discussion boards are open to the class. So that's the difference between the two. So again, if you get lost, come back to the course content tab, just come into whichever week you're in, or which unit, which week, and go back to working down the page. So the last one before you get to your assignment, your essay assignment, is Kate Chopin or Is It Kalasa? So again, we're looking at these marginalized voices. You'll come in, you'll choose either Chopin or Zit Kalasa. You'll go in, this is a little different. This is not the biography. This is just a quick overview of early feminist literature. So just give this a glance. You don't have to read this in full, but give it a glance to understand kind of what we're talking about. Look at the bio, read the story of an hour. Again, if you don't have these page numbers for a reason, it may be different in your text. Look at the index. And then again, as I said, most of these are canonical texts, so you can usually find them on Google as well. And then click in and watch the lecture for whichever one you chose to do, Chopin or Sa. And then you're going to do the discussion board. So again, for whichever author and text you chose to read, you'll answer the prompt, click into the discussion board, create a thread, post your discussion, and then come back to this week 1 folder. So again, you might have to navigate back this way, go back to Unit 1, Week 1. And the last thing that you're going to do this week is look at the essay assignment. So your essay is very short, knowing this is week 1. It's just a 1 to 2 page essay, double space, Times New Roman, Arial, or Cambria font. It's MLA style. But each essay assignment has a sheet, so you can open the essay sheet, download it, save it if you want, and then watch the explanation. This is very important. This is where I kind of lay out the content, lay out the structure, lay out the criteria that's needed, and honestly try to give you guys as much context and relevant info as I can. So make sure you watch the essay explanation. Then you're going to use the rest of the week to work on your essay. Whenever you have it ready, it will be a Word doc. You will follow these instructions. It's pretty simple. You'll click into the link. You will browse your computer, find your document, whatever it might be. And then when you have it, you'll attach it. And then you'll say, I agree to submit to the Global Reference Database, which is SafeAssign, which is the plagiarism detection tool. And you'll click Submit. Now, the important thing is this. When you submit an essay, you will be able to see it actually render on the screen. If you can't see it render on the screen, I can't see it. So there's nothing for me to grade. So you actually have the ability to resubmit as many times as is needed up until the deadline. I will not grade these until after the deadline has passed. So if, for example, you submit your essay and then you realize you forgot something or you thought of something that you wanted to add that maybe is better, you can go back and resubmit as many times as you need up until the deadline. Again, if you need to email me and say, hey, did this get attached correctly, or I can see it, and you just want to confirm, you can do that too. But you'll be able to see it on the screen, and you can submit or resubmit until you're satisfied. Do note that a bibliography is required typically of each essay assignment, as you'll see in the essay explanation. Because you're having sources and you're also studying a text. So every bibliography should just be included in the same document. It'll just be a separate page from your essay, of course. So that is pretty much it for the week. You will see the same structure repeated week after week when you come in to, say, Unit 2 or Week 2. It'll be the exact same thing, a quick overview, a to-do list, which is just a basically table of contents, and then a number of folders for you, an assignment sheet, and the submission link. If you ever need it, all of this will typically be included in the quick links over here. So for example, right now, I only have the first essays linked here, but you could come over to the essay side and just submit there as well. I, however, recommend going through the modules. Don't just do it by the quick links because you miss all of the context and all of the instruction. So really, you do need to go through the modules each week. That will ensure that you are getting everything you need, all of the context, all of the instruction. That this is here just as an easy reference if you need it. But again, like I said, please do work through the modules. Please do work through each week. And that should help get you guys started for the rest of the week. So again, if you have questions, let me know. But otherwise, it is pretty self-explanatory. And there's a lot of videos along the way to make sure you guys are staying on course.